We now return to Let's Play BattleTech. Let's go talking to people. Actually, first let's look at the hiring hall. What would you be good for? Sniper, pretty much? Get in, shoot? Eh. We don't need that. Store. What can we buy here? Enforcer scrap. That would be neat. Get myself an AC-20. Get some better LRMs. PPC Plus. 2 accuracy. Now that looks good. An arm mod. Actuator controls a mech's limbs and are used to perform melee attacks. Plus 5 melee damage. Ooh. If I ever used that. Well, maybe I should go ahead and just get these heavier jump jets, just in case we ever do get heavier mechs. I will then have them unlimited. No, not right now. Let's go talk to Darius.
What do you need?
Ooh, fancy. Commander Jager. Wow. I'm sorry about what happened on Weldry with Sir Raju and all. If only we'd known, I'd have invaded the Directorate myself to get him back, but now it's too late. You said you knew Mastiff, that you'd fought by his side. I did have that privilege, yes. I didn't know him as well as you did, of course, but we were together in the trenches of the Fjaldr campaign, and I guess a glass with Sir Raju in the canteen, and raised a glass with Sir Raju in the canteen on more than one occasion. When you think of the old man, what jumps into your mind? Family. The old man was so damn proud of his family and heritage. There was not a drop of noble privilege in his veins, but the Montgomery name carried weight. Hard as nails since the dawn of time, his father used to tell him. Those were his family words and personal creed, and I can personally attest to their accuracy. When we were fighting alongside the Royal Guard on the Fjaldr campaign, a pirate-driven hunchback managed to flank us. Decker was piloting a Locust at the time, and the bastard took its left leg clean off. The Locust went down, hard, and Decker blacked out. He was a dead man. There was nothing we could do to keep that hunchback from putting a foot through his cockpit. And it would have if Mastiff hadn't come charging in with his Centurion. His first punch took the hunchback's main gun clean off. He was totally matter-of-fact about it. It wasn't a desperate swing or a panic move. He just calmly put his fist in the pirate mech's weapon pod, grabbed it, and wrenched it free of its moorings. It was like, I don't know, like watching a farmer uproot a tree stump. You know, workmanlike. And all the while, we could hear the pirate over an open channel, screaming and cursing as he desperately tried to fight back. The old man took the hunchback apart, piece by piece. Imagine a veteran prizefighter locked in a cage with a snot-nosed kid, and no rules or referees in sight. He put on a clinic for everyone to see. The rest of the pirates broke rank and fled when they saw what happened to their friend. Can't say I blame them. In their place, I'd have done the same. Did he ever show you that enormous knife he used to carry? The kukri? Yeah. Don't see too many of those outside the Free Worlds League. These days, kukri blades are mostly associated with the 4th Regulan Hussars. Not Mastiffs, though. He claimed he'd inherited the curved blade beauty from his grandfather, who inherited it from his grandfather, and so on, all the way back to the family's origins on Terra. During the Fjaldr campaign, I saw him use that blade against a pirate twice his size, split the bastard's skull like a rotten cantaloupe. It was horrifying and beautiful all at once. You don't see that kind of skill every day. Wonder what happened to that old blade of his. It wasn't on him in Weldry. The old man must have felt like he'd lost a piece of himself when the Directorate took it away. Thanks for the talk. Next time we're on shore leave, let's raise a glass to the old man's memory. Yeah, I'd like that. Okay, I've got some questions about running this company. Do I? Or have we gone through all of them? Why does it do that? What does he have to say now? Nothing else. Okay. Gotta run.
You know where to find me.
Right here. Available contracts. Okay, cool. Lord Alexander Madeira. Commander Jager, welcome to my corner of the command center. From here I can provide Mr. Olivero with advice and information whenever he needs it. I want to be a resource for you as well. In keeping with my role as restoration liaison, I will give you whatever additional information I can about our campaign moving forward. Come see me after any major operation, and I'll share what I can. I'd like to discuss the state of our war against the Directorate. Things are going well enough. Our initial attack on Weldry was an enormous success, despite the psychological costs of what we discovered there. Still, the Directorate's atrocities have steeled our resolve. I've never seen Lady Arano so determined. Out of curiosity, Commander Jager, what did you think of her speech? I recorded it, you know. The broadcasts are on their way to every corner of Directorate space. Sounded raw. From the heart. Mastiff would have been proud. Good. That's what I was hoping to hear. The presumption of authenticity will carry us far. For what it's worth, Lady Arano meant every word she said, but the people may not see it that way. Espinosa's propaganda machine will do everything in its power to tarnish our accomplishments and drag us through the dirt. I can imagine the headlines now. Police and civil servants cut down by weapons of war. Dangerous convicts set loose by a traitor, endangering nobles and commoners alike. A dangerous narrative, and one that we'll have to counter on every turn. With luck, many of our people will believe what they've heard in our broadcast over the Directorate's propaganda, but I fear that Espinosa's hardline supporters will be far less eager to listen. If we fail to turn them against the Directorate, we run the risk of ongoing violence, even after we liberate their home systems. That's why messages like Kameya's speech are so important. Espinosa's supporters just saw the conditions on Wildry with their own eyes. You don't think that'll be enough to sway them? Some will be moved by our message, yes, but others will continue to embrace the Directorate's lies. These are people who've benefited from Espinosa's policies. They won't just jump to condemn a system that has lined their pockets with wealth, and they won't want to feel complicit in their crimes. Capturing their loyalty will be a long, hard battle. We won't win it overnight. If the Directorate's using propaganda, we need some of our own. Got it. Sadly, yes. If we're going to win this war, we need to rally the Oregon people, including a percentage of Espinosa's supporters. They have to see that we're better than the Directorate, again and again, until our message is impossible to ignore. For you, that means military victories. For me, it means more broadcast, spin, and outreach. Public opinion is just another battlefield, and I'll be knee-deep in the trenches until the day I die. So, you're new on the crew. Tell me about yourself. I'd be happy to, but honestly, Commander, I've been so consumed with matters of war lately that I don't even know where to begin. Tell me about who you were before Kameya's exile and the Restoration. A noble scion, much the same as you were, from what I understand. As a fellow noble, I'm sure you already know more than most about my upbringing. It was a life of great privilege, but greater expectation. I spent my early years invested in academic pursuits, the study of history, mathematics, and spacecraft. Statecraft. I mean, why not spacecraft? I strove to excel at every subject, anything to avoid disappointing my mother and father. The extent to which they would come to disappoint me is a cruel irony, but it's one that I've come to accept. What kind of expectations did you have to meet? Do you know House Madeira's motto, Behold our splendor? I had a familial obligation to live extravagantly and do so within the public eye, but I was also expected to develop my intellect. My life was a 50-50 split between carousing and academic study. Oh, that doesn't work. Then you go to university and it's one or the other. In truth, it felt like I was leading two lives and putting on a show in both. But I'll never complain about my upbringing. I've enjoyed advantages most children on the periphery could only dream of. Must have been hard to have your own parents betray you, did they? How? What are we talking about? I missed something. Oh, it is. Nothing could be harder. When Kameya retakes her throne, there will be a reckoning, and Directorate collaborators will be tried for their crimes. My mother and father will be at the front of that list, and as terrible as it feels to say, they'll deserve what punishment they receive. Sorry to hear it, Lord Madeira. Let's talk about something else. Tell me about Guldra. What kind of world is it? Where's Guldra? Truly beautiful one. You should really travel there sometime after all this is over and see it for yourself. You must be from there. Imagine lush green lowlands giving way to mile upon mile of white sand coastline, sandy beaches kissed by warm salty seas, and soft rain perfumed with saffron and cardamom. That's not to mention the wildlife. Close your eyes and imagine it, Commander. Shield terns, wheeling and soaring, their brilliant plumage glittering in the sunlight, leviathan sablefish flashing silver beneath the waves, a dolphin fish leaping, breaching the surface of the water in riotous streaks of yellow and green. Places like Guldra are special, Commander Jager. They must be preserved. This is what we're fighting for, something unspoiled and unique and ours, something that reminds us of how good the periphery can be. Okay. I should go.
Be well, Commander.
And let's go check out my Mech Warriors, because I'm sure we've got some things we can start purchasing. Almost, in fact. Massive I'm more concerned about this, and we're almost there. So let's get this. Decker, you have not been earning anything because, well, you're Decker. Again, very close here. We'll go for that. Master Tactician. Roulette. Again, we're very close. Very close to more important things for me.
Training complete.
The gunnery is just... I mean, we just need it. Plain and simple, we just need it. It is so much more important in this game. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we'll just hang on. Mech Bay. Go talk to Yang.
What can I do for you?
Hey again, boss. What's up? How you liking the new ship? Love it. She's a big old ship, Commander. The bucket can carry more tonnage than I know what to do with. And the Mech Bay? Man, that Mech Bay. Do you have any idea how tough it is to refit a mech on a Leopard? Other mech techs won't even try it. You've got no room to maneuver, no room to do anything. The odds of getting killed in some horrific industrial accident go right through the roof. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I like the new ship, and especially like the fact that it isn't my job to keep her flying anymore. I guess that puts Lady Arano in my good graces, which is rare for a wannabe empress. Lord Madeira, too. Hell, even Centrella, as long as they keep us... Who's Centrella? As long as they let us keep the Argo, they're all fine with me. Oh, the... what's-her-face. And I've got a few questions about the Mech Bay, do I? Had them already. Tell me a bit about yourself. I've already done this. I gotta go.
Come back anytime.
Engineering. Ooh, okay, well, let's go talk to Samir, because she'll have a few things. The new map? What do you think of the Argo? You gonna be able to fly this beast? She's different. Piloting her won't be a problem, but I can't say I'm happy about living on a piece of lost tech. Too many question marks for my taste. That said, I get the necessity. The Leopard is just too damn small. Anyway, as long as we're able to restrain ourselves from pushing any mysterious buttons, we should be okay. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. And life aboard the Argo should continue to improve as Dr. Murad brings new sections of the ship online, so we've got that to look forward to. Ship has potential, I'll give her that. Yeah, and I can't wait to see how she develops over time. Personally, I'm rooting for a day spa, but I'm easy. I'll take what I can get. Can I go back in here again and take the... Nah, whatever. Okay. We'll just keep what we've got. I've got some questions about navigation. Not sure that I do. Crew. Stories. Okay.
Good day, Commander.
So, let's look at this for a moment. We are now here. This is our space. So, I guess as we progress, we will gain more territory. Did we just take this out of the Capellan Confederation? Wow, we can actually travel all the way there through enemy space. Do I have to... I wonder. I wonder if we can actually go to some of these places if I get my reputation up. Maybe not. I don't know. But it appears that we're probably going to break through there to the Taurian Confederation, or whatever the hell this is called. Taurian. Concordat. We're probably going to strike through here, though. Anyway, we don't have anything to do there just yet. Let's go talk to Farah.
Yeah, boss?
Commander Jager, what can I do for you? Patching up the Argo must have been an enormous job. How'd you do it? Oh, it wasn't just me. I had a team working under me, over 200 of Lyreton's most accomplished engineers, electricians, and shipwrights. It's pretty amazing, really, especially since they did it in about 5 minutes. Shouting through a megaphone at a team of hundreds, watching them hang on every word. How much did Lady Arano pay for that? Have you ever managed a team that big before? Never in my wildest dreams. Prior to my time at the Lyreton shipyard, the biggest team I'd ever managed was a crew I had with me on Exilis, and they all got killed. This job went a lot better than that one did, by the way. Only 3 deaths across the entire project, and before you ask, none of them was my fault. There was an accident with one of the industrial cranes, and, well, it was horrible. I pray for their souls. That went off the rails in a pretty big way, didn't it? Sorry about that. I guess I'm still in a little bit of shock from our time on Exilis. I'm having a hard time getting what I saw out of there out of my head.
All mech techs to the mech lab. I repeat, all mech techs to the mech lab.
That doesn't include us. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the ship. There's something else you'd like to know? Well, let's see how much she paid for this. Oh, it wasn't Lady Arano. The payments came directly from House Centrella. That was a figure of speech. They were indirect payments, of course, routed through countless intermediaries to obscure where the money came from, but yeah, Centrella's paid for it. Now, as to how much, I honestly have no idea. Okay, well, that's unimportant anyway. I have some questions about the ship. Ask me whatever you'd like. What can you tell me about the Argo? A fair amount. I've been researching the ship for several months. Boeing Interstellar produced just 2 back in 2762. They were intended to follow behind the first wave of exploratory missions supporting multiple surveyor, terraformer, and colonizer teams on deep survey missions. Although she's far too large to land on a planet, her docking collar system allows for smaller dropships like the Leopard to come along for the ride. The Argo is a mobile space station, in sense, providing supply and temporary habitation for teams on dangerous missions in unsettled space. Exploration vessel or no, she sounds ideal for our purposes. She is, and with 57,000 tons of cargo space, she has all the room we need for supplies, equipment, and personnel. Good. Why don't we see more ships like the Argo out here? The Argo is the product of her era. She lacks the armor or maneuverability to function in battle, and she's vastly outclassed in size by even the smallest warships. She's a peacetime ship, meant for peacetime exploration. In her current non-combat design, that ultimately led to her abandonment. Okay, well... what else was in here? Okay. Anyway, in an earlier era, she might have been widespread. She might have seen widespread usage, but the fall of the Star League and the near constant state of war since then has rendered the Argo a little more than an experimental footnote. Okay. Tell me how we can improve this place. From her current state? Absolutely. In the Star League days, this ship was state-of-the-art. Now she's a shell of her former glory. With time and sea bills, there are plenty of ways to upgrade her. Will you shut up? Tell me about system and support upgrades. Fundamental, basic upgrades to improve performance in a few areas. Okay. Combat deployment upgrades. Increase Mech Bay capacity, improve Mech Bay repair and refit speed, and those that intensify training. Who cares about training? Increasing capacity means more BattleMechs, yeah. So I think 2 docks. We don't need all 3 floors. Refit speeds are the #1 thing right now. Personal and medical upgrades, who cares? Higher medical rating, yeah, well, that is #2, actually. Can I upgrade more than one system at a time? No. Of course not. I wish games were more like the old XCOM, where you could divide your scientists and engineers amongst your projects and stuff like that. Instead of this all or nothing. Anyway, if you're going to be part of the crew, I want to get a better sense of who you are. Tell me about yourself. Well, I'm an actual doctor, but not the medical kind. I hold 2 doctorates, one in physics and the other in mechanical engineering. Now I'm hauling around in a Lostech Wonder with a crew of merry pirates seeking my fortune. It's funny the places life takes you. Okay, I got the elevator pitch. Now give me the long version. Yeah, sure, if you like. Let's see, where to begin? Well, I was born on Regulus in the Free Worlds League. My parents were academics. I know, a big surprise. And I spent most of my early years bouncing back and forth between their suburban apartment and the Firdausi, my Baba June's live-in dropship. Baba June? Who was that? My grandfather. He'd carved out a nice little business for himself, running a taxi service for pilgrims traveling to and from Dar es Salaam. As much as my father frowned on Baba June's old-fashioned lifestyle and beliefs, he wasn't blind to how much I loved the old man, and so he occasionally consented to let me aboard the Firdausi and go along for the ride. I always cherished the memories of those voyages, the warmth behind Baba June's smile, the excitement of leaving Regulus behind, chatting with the pilgrims and getting lost in the stars, and eating prepackaged fesanjan out of a shiny tin. Those times are all crystal clear in my memory, as if they happened yesterday. How I miss that wonderful man. What happened after you left home? Where'd you study? I actually spent a little time in the Lyran Commonwealth before I pursued my studies. Long story that, but suffice to say, it was its own kind of learning experience. When I did decide to get a higher education, I wound back up in the Free Worlds League. I did my undergrad at the University of Traes, then went on to Cyan University in the Capella Confederation to earn my doctorates. For a top 3 school with a Maskirovka screened admissions process, Cyan U was surprisingly open to transfer students. That's enough family history. Let's talk about something else. Have you always wanted to be a shipboard engineer? No, not always. When I was 15, I wanted to be a statistician. You know, a nice quiet life alone in the ivory tower. That was what my personal dropship was going to be called, preparing mathematical models and studying surveyed results. So yeah, you know, every girl's dream. You seem pretty enthusiastic about it. Why didn't you follow through? Well, interests change. I mean, I still like statistics, but it's really more of a hobby now. Is that weird? People have told me it's weird. I don't know. Plotting graphs and forecasting future events calms me. It's like my own little way of using math to bring order from chaos. And besides, everybody needs a hobby. I know for a fact that Darius crochets. I guess. Did you ever want to do anything more? I don't know, exciting? Like being a mech warrior? No. Much as I love the idea of stomping around in a giant robot, I'm not a huge on the whole murdering people with lasers thing. Doesn't really square with my personal beliefs. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to work with mech warriors. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. But the actual firing of weapons? No, it's not for me. Okay, so what made you get into engineering then? Uncle Heiner's Experiment World, live-action STEM edutainment program from the Lyrian Commonwealth. It started airing just after my 19th birthday. You may have seen it. It ran for 3 seasons before it was cancelled. The host was a tattooed, chain-smoking nihilist who taught children the magic of chemistry. You know, making thermite with aluminum cans and a belt sander, that kind of thing. Yeah, I remember. You like that guy? I married him. Long story whoa. Long story, but the important bit is, in the 6 months before the annulment, I learned that I had a real talent with machines. When Heiner blew out a power relay, or took a tire iron to the bandsaw, I was the one who put it back together again. I found a great deal of peace in that. Can we discuss something work-related? We're done. Okay.
Don't be a stranger, Commander.
Let's look at ship upgrades. Structure, power system, habitat pod, Mech Bay, repair and refit. Plus 2 tech points. I don't know how much this is going to cost. Oh, 27,000. 270,000. Average costs. This upgrade will incur per month. Oh. Whoa, how'd our costs go down so much? It was starting at 300,000. Now it's 270? Completion in 20 days. Oh, fuck me. The Argo's mech cubicles used to have a complex system of movable walkways and scaffolds for accessing any part of a damaged mech. These walkways, once brought online, make the job of repairing mechs much simpler. We just have to put scaffolding on and it's going to take a damn month? The platforms around here are meant to move automatically when they detect the size of the mech we're working on, adjusting to be the right height. They're all offline, and we've been working around that, but let's get them fixed and speed this up. Let's
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
Gee, my knees. Can I do all of these together? Or... finances are restricted. What does that mean? What does that mean? So I got those mechs, or those techs right away. Can I buy more? No. 20 days until I can get the rest. Oh, I should have done it this way. Ah, damn. I can't cancel this one. Fuck, I should have looked at them. I didn't know that. I would have gotten my 2 tech points and it would have only taken 10. Far more money, though. Well, whatever. Training modules, who cares? Habitat pods. Beta pod, once repaired, includes what was clearly once a hydroponics facility. Okay. What does it do for me? I can support 16 Mech Warriors. Who cares? Structure. Crashing a ship into a moon causes all sorts of damage, both visibly and hidden. I don't understand what is this for? So, I guess structure must limit how many upgrades I can make? Power system. I guess. Anyway, we gotta wait 20 God's damn days. Fortunately, the quick draw may be online in next month. That'll be cool. Okay, we need to repair. 2 days. Easy McPeasy. I need an upgrade for a new bay. In my storage, I can only put lights in, so they're really not useful to me at this point. Very close to another Shadowhawk. I might want to bring one of those online. Also very close to another Centurion. Components, I do have an AC-10 now. Oh, did we talk to Alexander? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Good, never mind. Go away.
Time.
Available contracts. 2.5 stars. Oh shit. 1 million sea bills. Well, we're still not totally up to snuff, and we've got 4 days for my Wolverine to be back. And my Vindicator is going to take 2. Takes 2 days. Let's get you up there. Let's not be stupid. Okay, so that'll be done in 2 days. Wolverine in 6 days. We need another mech anyway, so we gotta wait for a little bit. I'm gonna maybe fiddle around with the refitting. See if I can't get something better. This SRM, I think maybe we can take that out. Maybe I can get a large laser on this. Take out the medium laser, get an SRM on... I like having the jump jets. The mobility for this is very good. I like having a very mobile lance. It's actually very cool for me because we've been leapfrogging everywhere and it has helped a lot. Anyway, for the way that I play, it's been helping a lot. What? Why? My finances... But I didn't... I thought I chose normal. I must have chosen something else and it put me down? I thought I chose normal. I guess I didn't. Oh. Alright, well anyway, yeah, we're doing okay. Just okay. So if I am...
This is an all-ship announcement. It's time for another team-building movie night. Tonight's selection is a big hit in the combine. STG's The Attack of the Polymer-Coated Man. Attendance is mandatory. So we'll see you there.
Okay, so... Wait, maybe 3 days to get Medusa in there? I mean, we don't really have to. So far, so good. With my other Mech Warriors, I think we're doing fine, but we will wait 2 days for that Vindicator, and then we'll latch on to, I guess, may as well just go big, right? They're both 2.5. It's an escort mission. A convoy restoration doctors ministering to those recovering from the recent conflicts here in Weldry have been caught behind enemy lines. Oh, well, we had to do this one before, though, right? I don't know, though. 2.5 stars. Fuck me. Fuck me. That's a lot of money. So that makes me think this is going to be hard as hell. Where is this? Herodotus? Where's Herodotus? It's a goddamn month away. We'd have to go... Oh, let go of that. Lyerton, Herodotus. It is small population. So it's unlikely to have anything good, but it has influences between Canopus and the Capellans. Okay. Well, I think we'll just kind of stay here for a little bit. I'm nervous, extremely nervous, because we don't really have really good mechs just yet. Not just yet. We're definitely seeing the limitations of what I've got. I would love to at least have one heavy to bring along with me. I would feel much better about this, but I'm also not going to give up a month just to go take an easy one, which probably only has light mechs at most. That's a lot of scrap, a lot of money. I'm extremely nervous about it. Maybe I should just go for this one. This one doesn't have as much money. Maybe it would just be a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? Okay. It will be well defended, but there's a bonus if you defeat all defenders. Whereas this one is... Although, desperate? Maybe that's why it's so much. I don't know. I'm very leery of this. That much scrap means there's going to be a lot of shit here. Alright, well anyway, I'll look at maybe trying to... If I can get a few days to upgrade something, you know, swap out some of this and that, maybe we'll just wait like a week for some refitting. But, I don't know. Anyway, I'll end this one here. I'll see you next time.